he didn't really think. He was up there doing the things on the computer. He loved to do it. And so he was interested in it. That's what the survey's about. What are your talents? What are your aptitudes? Okay? And what are the characteristics of things that you're interested in? This survey, you can take this survey often because as you get older, your interests change. Okay? If you compare the survey you take now with the ones that you take later, you'll see some commonalities. You know, I've always been interested in this or that or whatever it is. Or you realize that all of a sudden you gain talents that you didn't know you had. This program is designed to encourage you to use your intelligence and to encourage you to focus your attention on improvement. See, most people don't focus on improvement. We'd rather play video games. We'd rather watch television. We'd rather do something else. Okay? You know, if you're watching sports, what you're doing is you're watching people who get paid millions of dollars. And the people sit there, don't do anything with it. Okay? How can I find my talents and what should I focus on? Here's another key. As members of the church, what is one of the greatest keys you have on that? Or can have if you haven't had one yet? You know? Use your patriarchal blessing. Your patriarchal blessing is revelation specifically and scripture specifically for you. Okay? It will tell you things if you spiritually are attuned to hearing it. You have to do that. Over the years, you read your patriarchal blessing also. As with any scripture, as you live your life, there will be greater meanings that will unfold to you. Things that you didn't realize, you didn't understand the meaning of. Spiritually, you'll start to understand as the years go by. Only if you read it and ponder it and ask the Lord. Notice what Zuckerberg did. He got an education to learn how to do what he wanted to do better. See, a lot of people think, hey, look, I could just sit here, be myself, and not do anything, and I'll be a success. That's not true these days, because most of the world, like with Zuckerberg, was high tech. He had a talent to do it, so the first thing he was doing was going to college. His parents hired him a private tutor there, and they worked on that, and he went to college, he went to Harvard, he did all of these things. A secondary education gives you options. You can learn how to better manage your own business, okay? To gain more employment to work for great companies where you will have a future. Fortune 500 CEOs, their average salary was $10.5 million. Okay? A board member at Hewlett-Packard last year made $941,802. Our youngest daughter completed her doctorate last year, and she's 37 years old. She now earns over $100,000 a year at 37. Life can be more successful than other people just by working hard. You've got to think about this. Most of your parents are immigrants or are here with a green card. Okay? The lifestyle you enjoy right now is because your parents are wanting to work hard. Is that right? They work a lot. Because there's a language barrier for them. There's a citizenship barrier a lot of times. There's all of these barriers that you guys don't have. When my parents came to this country, they hoped that in 3 generations that their children could be middle class. What they didn't realize is they were able to make it middle class because they were able to work. On our family farm, you go through this thing, and one of the sides, it's probably less than a half a mile. This thing was in scrub brush that was taller than a ceiling, scrub oak, taller than a ceiling. Their goal when they bought that property, nobody wanted it. When they bought that property with a horse and with dynamite and with a shovel and what they call a mattock, they dug out those things. And their goal was to be able to plant 1 row of trees a year. Trees at that time didn't start bearing fruit for 5 years. So you know what they did? In between those young trees, they planted strawberries, and they sold strawberries. And they worked all day long for a guy named Barkhouse. So they worked all day long for a guy named Barkhouse, came home, worked, cleared that land, and planted those strawberries, and then they sold them strawberry season. That's why they were successful in 1 generation. Not even 1 generation, in their lifetime. Start today. That's the key. If that means getting better grades, do it. If that means you have to work harder to get better grades, do it. If that means learning to speak better English, do it. If that means going to college, do it. If that means you have to work to go to college, do it. One thing Zuckerberg's story doesn't tell you is the thing people want to ignore or they don't want to hear. What is that? Remember the 10,000 hours? That is 10,000 hours of focused, dedicated work. But if you love what you do, is it really that hard to do? Remember, all people have faith. If you don't have faith, you wouldn't stand up. You don't know that everybody has faith. Successful people choose to exercise their faith because faith makes things happen. My brother is a millionaire because he believed that he wanted to be a millionaire and he believed that he could, and so he is. Okay. I wanted to be an engineer. They told me I couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. In fact, you know, like when I took my test scores, I did get a score. I got a banana. You know, and it was terrible. But they said, hey, there's no way that you can pass college. There's no way you can pass engineering school. I did. I had to work really, really hard. Your future will be what you are willing to work to make it. The sky is not the limit. You shoot for the stars and blast off.